So if you're on a liquid diet or a South Beach or Weight Watchers or anything, and you come to a party, especially in the African setting, there's a lot of food. It's there supposed to be enjoyed. You're having your good, and then all of a sudden you're trying to wonder, plantain.
When it comes to nutrition, there's these magical diets that are always being sold to us. South Beach, Weight Watchers,
Atkins,
keto, like
Jenny Craig.
Yeah, all this.
Jenny Craig. You're asking about Weight Watchers.
Yeah, the one that I was asking about was Weight Watchers.
Yeah,
Are they the ones of the portion is mkono?
Yeah, I know they sell
that one.
Yeah, they sell food in boxes in the grocery stores.
Yeah, portion waga ni mkono.
Yeah.
There's Noom. There's a new one called Noom.
There's no.
So
are we giving them shout outs by the way? I don't know.
So what's your opinion of this or what's your professional view of these so-called, like magical diets that if you eat automatically you're going to South Beach?
Okay. So this is my thought on it. Whatever you're doing has to be sustainable. It has to feel like something you don't need anybody to sign off so you can go and do otherwise. So if you're on a liquid diet or a South Beach or Weight Watchers or anything, and you come to a party, especially in the African setting, there's a lot of food. It's there supposed to be enjoyed. You're having your good, and then all of a sudden you're trying to wonder, fried plantain are where on my points or it shouldn't be. If you want to follow it and it's gotten you started and it's working, that's fine. But when you interact, because in general food is to be eaten with other people, that's why the kitchen is so important, because it's where you bring your families together. Whatever is the definition of family, it doesn't have to be the traditional mom, dad. It could be whatever works for you or whatever you consider your family. So as you go out to wherever you're going, the bottom line, you should not feel like you're in jail with food.
You should not be struggling.
You should not be struggling. It should come easily. Now, if Weight Watchers is what gets you started, gets you on that path, and then you slowly change your mindset to where you don't have to think, you don't have to count, write, or not go to a party or a baby shower, or just go and not eat, then that's not right, because food is not supposed to be like that. Food is supposed to be enjoyed. It's supposed to sometimes just eat mindlessly and have a good time with it. But at the same time, maintain your health and your wellness and not get yourself on the deep end because of food, which could be either way. You can get into the eating disorders where you're not eating and you're under 100 pounds, or you could go onto the other side where we're now talking about your 1,000-pound life, and that's not what food is all about.
To provide context, when you talk about, let's look at a Kenyan bash, Kenyan setting, baby. She mentioned a baby shower, whatever function, Madavi, Chapo, of course there's going to be fruit salad, and depending from what community you are, you might find mokimo, ugali, fish,
sukuma
wiki,
sauces,
chai,
ushuro,
jahes.
It depends. It
Sweet
depends.
potatoes.
Some yam chom.
But regular bashes, those ones are special. Wanaume wanakulia pale. Well, I mean, everyone, the grilled meat is sour. But you're looking at those foods, and rightfully so, like she said, some people come like, let me do spinach, cabbage, na nyama.
So and that's what I'm saying about Weight Watchers. What Jenny Craig, whatever you pick, if that's what you're following and they're telling you eat pasta, eat this, but they're not including the foods that you have mentioned, you should be able to come to the bash, the baby shower, the whatever shower, and be able to pick through that and enjoy in your community, right? Mm-hmm. Because then when you go into another community that is not African, maybe they're Italian or wherever it may be their ethnic
French,
background.
Nigerian,
Ukrainian.
And you go there, you're supposed to be able to serve yourself that food and enjoy it. And that is the bottom line of food. You should never feel like this is jail. And the only time you really shouldn't be eating it is if you're allergic to it. If you know it, if I eat mandazi and chapati, that gluten is not good for you, it makes me sick, then don't eat it by all means.
Yeah.
But if you can, I see no reason why you shouldn't, because it should be balanced and you shouldn't feel like you're in jail. You know?
So when it comes to, like the foods, these African foods that people really like, like ugali, chapati, like nyama choma, mtura,
Pilau.
sausages, like and those are very common foods, like in African homes, in Kenyan homes specifically, and Kenyan events.
Waruz. Did
Yeah.
you say waruz?
By the way,
Yeah.
hey,
Yes, yes.
We forgot to aruz.
I know
Forget
waruz.
waruz. They
Waruz,
are
I know.
They
I
are
know.
put in everything.
Yes, they're put in everything. Waruz, I totally forgot about that. Yeah, yeah. From
well.
Waruz
Sorry,
from
Shimian.
Nyandarua County, the ones that I think KFC is gonna
Yeah.
start buying.
Yes.
Yeah. So like there's certain foods that lately they've been kind of like marginalized or castigated by the dieting community. I don't even know whether there's such a community.
Like the
But-
carbs.
yeah,
So
the
like if you're
carbs,
doing
yeah,
keto,
those ones.
yeah.
those
all
ones.
day.
Yeah.
If it's not, I always say, if you can't sustain it or it's not sustainable, it really isn't good for you. And there's no one food that we can say it's going to give you all of the nutrients that you need. You need to vary your food, because whatever nutrient you're getting from food A, B, C, and D, they work together to leave you healthy and well. So even you forgot, it depends on where you come, they'll call it cassava,
Mhogo.
domas.
Doma,
Yeah.
gouache,
Yeah.
arrowroots.
There's, they'll say, oh, the high
Yuca.
glycemic index, they're this, they're that. But there's a way to make that taro, depending on where you come from, make it so that it's healthy for you and that you enjoy it. And actually now it is least processed, and we probably need to start going back to eating those gouaches and domas in the morning and forget about bread and cereal, because it's so manufactured.
No more Weetabix.
There's really no more Weetabix.
Aye.
There's no nutrient in it, so that when you just eat it, it's just sugar. Your body takes it. If you all remember biology, digestion 101,
Yeah.
you start digestion of carbs in your mouth. It hits you. It's like you look at it. Some foods now, at my age, I look at them, I gain like 10 pounds. So I don't even look at them, because that's how they react to your body.
So talk to us about those I want to call them killer foods, because I want to sensationalize it. I want to call them killer foods. So talk to us about those killer foods that we should avoid.
But-
you of course you've already mentioned Weetabix.
Where I live,
you know,
All right, I'm gonna get.
You are trying not to
the
go by
cereal
those things.
industry is going
Yeah.
to come after me for this one.
That's
But
fine.
That's okay, don't worry, we're
cereal
ready for them.
Is so empty. It is so empty. It has no nutrition.
Cornflakes.
Half of us cannot even
Maguaga.
tolerate dairy, because cereal was given to be mixed up with dairy so that it could have nutrition value. The minute you eat cereal, it's sugar. It starts to get digested. You are not doing anything to work it out. It just gets
Even when you
stored.
add raisins.
Even when you add raisins, add
Zabibu.
dry
It's like putting
What?
lipstick on a
more
pig.
sugar.
Yeah,
Hiyo ni
it's more
sukari.
sugar.
More sugar.
Wait a minute. So raisins are also
Hiyo ni
Sugar.
sukari bwana.
raisins are also
It's
not
Yeah,
good.
and you can't weka
Sugar.
dates. Wewe.
So wait, so raisins also not good.
I'm not gonna say they're not good. You have to balance.
You have to balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keyword
So-
is balance.
So you can
so-
balance 2 raisins on the Weetabix.
So you can balance 2 raisins on the Weetabix. Yes.
Okay, so you talked about there's the cereals, like those empty foods. I think it's important to know
Yes.
them
Yeah.
because people
No,
are
empty
feeding their
food.
families.
If at this point you haven't started giving your children cereal, please do not. And if you can get away from it, don't. Now, I talk as a mom of 2 girls, 11 and 5. So I know that sometimes you want them to eat, be able to have access to something that they can easily eat, they can easily pour for themselves, and out the door. But when it's all said and done, whatever you teach them as young, when they're coming up, that's what they learn and that's what they practice.